views of this station, its management, or Beasley Media Group.
Good morning, this is Shades of Green on KDWN 720 AM in Las Vegas. Our show is produced by Green Alliance, and I'm your host, Paul Ira. Our guest today is Assemblyman Chris Brooks, and we also have Stan Hannell from Drive Clean Energy Las Vegas, and our producer is Annette Quebec, who will be capturing the show for Facebook Live. Our Facebook Live watchers and listeners are welcome to write in some questions if you have any. And if our listeners have any questions for Chris, Stan, or Annette, our calling number is 702-257-5396. That's 702-257-KDWN. Today we'll talk about the Nevada legislature and the important energy bills that have passed, and some that are still pending, and some that didn't quite make it. How's everybody doing out there today?
Doing well. Thank you, Paul.
Good, good. Do we have Chris on the line? Chris, good morning.
Good morning. This is Chris Brooks.
Good morning, Chris. Hey, I want to welcome you back. You were on our first show. This is show number 22. We're still making it happen out here, and you're just getting done with legislation, which you were just entering when we started. So welcome back, and thanks for taking some time to be on the show with us today, Chris.
Oh, thank you for having me. I can't believe it's been 22 weeks already.
I know, right? So sounds like a pretty productive session for you and our other supporters of the Nevada energy economy. Tell us how things are going out there, and any specific bills you're excited about passing or that have passed, and some things maybe you're still working on.
Well, the legislature ended Monday night at midnight, and I just got back into town just a few days ago, and we started with roughly 20 energy bills that dealt with energy, renewable energy, energy efficiency, electric vehicles, and we've whittled it down to 12 that passed that I would like to highlight if possible, and some of those are still waiting for a signature from the governor, and some of those have already been signed into law.
Excellent. Well, take your time and let's talk about all 12 of them.
Well, great. So all the information that I'm about to talk about can be found on our fabulous legislative website at the Nevada legislature, and I'll mention this website several times this morning, but the address is leg.state.nv.us, and if you go to that website, leg.state.nv.us, there's several ways to find what you're looking for, but the easiest way is to go to the right-hand top tab or bullet, and it's NELIS, N-E-L-I-S, and if you click on that tab, that takes you to the bills, and then you can go into the Senate bills, the Assembly bills. You can read the entire bill. You can see where it's at in the process. You can see the meetings. There's archived hearings. You can watch the hearings. It's quite an amazing website. But let's talk about some of these bills.
And you're right, Chris. I've been on that website a few times, and it's you can stay on there all day. I mean, it's got an incredible amount of information, and it's very easy to use. So I encourage people to use that. Thank you.
Well, you know, we're so isolated from the vast majority of the population of the state of Nevada up in Carson City for 120 days. But if you use this website, it really allows you to follow along in real time and watch every hearing, see every bill, read the latest amendments and the latest reprints. So I encourage anyone who has access to that to do that. But let's talk about a few bills. So of, roughly 20 were introduced. About 12 of them survived and passed in some form or another, and 4 of those 12 that I want to talk about are I introduced. And so I was the chairman of the Energy Subcommittee for the Assembly. Senator Pat Spearman was the chair on the Senate side, and we worked together quite a bit over the course of this session. And as a matter of fact, we just went to San Antonio, Texas, a couple of days after the session ended to get further training on energy policy making. She's been quite an ally and a partner in this process for me. But so the 4 bills that I introduced were Assembly Bill 206, Assembly Bill 405, Assembly Bill 452, and Assembly Joint Resolution 10. So starting with Assembly Bill 206, that is the Renewable Portfolio Standard Bill. And what that did is that increased the amount of energy that needs to be produced or consumed in the state from our current goal of 25% by 2025 to 40% by 2030. Initially, we had started with 50% by 2030, and through the process of working with stakeholders and the entities that would have to comply with that, we brought that down, and we did some other things as well. We introduced storage as a way to meet that portfolio standard. So if you put in 1 megawatt hour of renewable energy into a energy storage system, and you dispatched that energy storage or that energy when it was needed on the grid, you would get 2 portfolio energy credits for the 1 megawatt hour put in. So it was a 2-time multiplier to help you comply with that portfolio standard. Another concept that we introduced was a 1.5 times multiplier for geothermal. So geothermal is a base load renewable. It's not the absolute cheapest, but it's a base load renewable. So because of its value as a base load, which is 24/7, we assigned a 1.5 value towards portfolio compliance. So by introducing those concepts while increasing the portfolio standard, it would help us shape the way we delivered energy to the grid. And so that one had broad support from many businesses and many organizations. It had opposition from NV Energy and the Nevada Resort Association. Specifically, wind and sands resorts just don't want to see that law passed because they feel it would be additional regulation that they don't feel necessary. So that.
Hey, Chris?
Yes, sir.
We're going to go take a break here for a second, so hold that thought. We're going to come right back to Shades of Green on KDWN. We'll be right back.